Go.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Whitecast. This is your host, Dimension Satire, and I'm joined with...
I'm Kale.
And I'm Yule.
Alright, this is Season 7, Preseason 7, Week 4. I butchered that horribly, don't care. And
It's all fine.
we started off with Earth Defenders versus Muscle. What do you guys think about this week?
I was really happy that my team was first instead of last this time. Especially since last week I barely even got to watch my match because of the lag and the bad audio and all that crap.
Which seems to be fixed.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it, because even when I downloaded the old file to edit last week's Ycast, and even it was even screwing up on me when I downloaded straight from YouTube. So
regardless,
yeah, it was.
Roshi has asked Krillin on a date from 18, which is quite interesting.
I like the custom audio.
Dirty old man.
Dirty old man. Women are for kids.
But, yeah,
I mean,
go on.
the fight went exactly how you expected. Our Defenders is just a cleaner team than Muscle. I mean, hopefully they were just, still experimenting for the preseason. But from what I've seen, Muscle has just not been that good, and they've had a hard preseason. Like Super Saiyans, Valkyries, Boos, and Earth Defenders, and they only beat the Valkyries. So it was a tough one for them.
They never had They never had that 1 week where they had a team that they knew they could beat and they could do stuff with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so, but still, they had some good matches throughout the
no, they had some really good showings, but
this week was
Not
it was
one.
just kind of fighting an uphill battle. I mean, Roshi just couldn't handle Krillin as much as they wanted him to.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, probably the most noticeable thing was Mid Goku's victory lap.
That was the best.
Less derping.
I wasn't even looking at the screen the first time I watched that, so I was like, "What are they talking about?" And I turn around and I just see him booking it.
Like Goku?
Yeah. It's like, Goku, where are you going? He's mad! He doesn't want anything to do with anyone. So, I mean...
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the tags. I know Roshi tagged.
Roshi tagged and,
Krillin tagged, Tien tagged, and Android 19 tagged. So
Yeah.
even if Muscle was on their A game, that tag game was gonna kill them.
yeah, Roshi was the only one who tagged on Muscle.
Yeah, but Goku came in. He I don't know why I'm surprised, but he used two Now I'm Mads, fired off at least two angry Kamehamehas.
He only threw off two angry Kamehamehas, but one of them was like instantly.
Yeah.
As soon as he hit the field, he was ready.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And blasted
So
Nappa.
we have no idea how. We have no idea how Goku's going to be this season. He could be melee 1 week. He could be.
I mean, you guys don't. You guys don't know. I know.
Yeah,
Right.
Melee B2, Goku's looking.
But that's
good
not
this
something
season.
you're going to share.
No, I'm not going to share that.
I mean, I'm just going off of, how everybody is standing with builds. I doubt we'll see a lot of Goku on Melee just because with the balance of Patars and everybody else, I mean, Krillin has to get a little bit of the Melee game with Chaozu and Yamcha, so there's like 3 candidates for Melee, so it doesn't seem like Goku will probably be there. Plus, it seems like Goku's carrying over from previous seasons. Seems like he likes to do his Angry Kamehameha, Max Power, I'm Mecha Frieza's best friend attack, so combo, so he should be okay as a B2er this season.
But back to the match, we had Android 13 he had a pretty damn good max power combo that finished with an ultimate.
That was a very, very good showing from 13.
But he ended up being stalled out by Tien, who I believe was on a B2 build. Let me check
He was on an offense build this week. I requested a redo from last week because I wanted to see Tien do more offense.
Yeah, more offense, because Tien did terrible last week.
Yeah, last week wasn't a very good showing, and I asked Fox if he could put him on the same build again against a different team.
But yeah, it looked like he was on a spam build. Like they just
He wasn't
to go all out.
Yeah, I've got the builds right here. As soon as I freaking open it to the
Didn't
right
seem
thing.
to work with spam, though.
No,
I mean,
it wasn't
he
really a
ended up-
spam build. It was just kind of an offensive build. But like,
Yeah.
he was key +2, super -1, indignation, fighting spirit, launch support, and power of rage on Chatsu AI.
So not spam, but you gave him every single key charge Patara you could possibly give him.
No,
to the highest potential. That's not spam though.
It was we wanted him to spam, but we also know that he's pretty normally he's melee focused and his melee is pretty good. So it's a nice balance between the two.
And the solar flare.
Yeah,
I honestly think that solar flare saved him.
Yeah.
Against 13.
So I'm really happy that I asked for that now because I got to see a much better result than last week.
Yep.
So hopefully this becomes a more viable thing. Yeah, Roshi came back in.
Roshi came back in and tried, but 19 was having none of it.
19
came in.
Yeah, and again 19 wasn't having any of it, and then he just tagged out.
I don't know. Maybe Subabu is just prone to being grabbed. I don't know.
Well, what I've noticed is some characters are easier to grab than others, and 19 is easier to when they're in those teleporting battles. 19 always seems to come out on the bad end of that. So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
So some characters are more vulnerable to something. So Subaru might have some kind of the code might say, oh well, he's easier to grab or something. So because it looks like it.
Yeah, and I mean, Boo tried. I mean, at this point, there was nothing he was going to do. He tried.
Yeah, and
which was pretty good considering.
Oh no, he did fine. He didn't do bad. He just didn't do enough.
I mean, he did fine for his build, but let's talk about that build though. Where's his blue? I don't like when teams don't give their characters a blue.
It's just a free snap. I mean.
It's there. I was looking, and I was like, maybe they're trying to hold off the attack +1 or attack +2 on someone else, but you can clearly see on Muscle's lineup, there's not a single attack +1.
Yeah, there's no attack +1.
Why can't Super Boo have that?
I don't know, because Master Strike and Combo Master.
But seriously, I mean, Master Strike is attack +1, but it's also Super -2. I mean, okay, his B2 suck, but you are nerfing him unnecessarily.
Yep.
I don't see anybody. Oh, 13 has quick fast attack. What's the second one? There is no second one. So
no, it's just him. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. And power of rage. Well, I mean, dragon power. Dragon power on Super Boo. He's not that much of a clasher. I think power of rage will suffice if you really want to win some clashes. Dragon power is a little bit too much for him.
Earth defenders aren't that much of clashes. I mean, Tien had power of rage this week. Generally, he doesn't.
Okay, that was loud.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too happy about that Super Boo build. That you're going to pick him up, have a great melee, go all out, attack +2, serious quick fast attack that works, and we're not seeing that from Super Boo, and you're just taking away from him when, it seems like that's the reason why you picked up Super Boo, to be a great melee, but you're not giving him the Patars to be it.
Nappa.
Oh, what's up?
Nappa defense spam build, which I generally like personally.
Yeah, different.
He didn't get to do as much. I don't remember who he fought, but
he fought Krillin. He fought Krillin and then he fought Krillin. He fought
Krillin a little bit, then Krillin tagged out,
and then Goku came in and
Goku came in and hit him with angry.
Yeah, Roshi tagged, and then Krillin fought Nappa for a little bit, and then Krillin tagged, and then Goku came in and finished him off.
Yeah.
I think a defense spam build is right for Nappa. Defense, a little bit of charge, and I think that's correct. I like that build on paper. That looks just fine for Nappa. So it's different from the Halo. Nappa actually has I think he has a natural increase in defense. I think maybe a natural +1. So just stacking on top of that increased defense just seems totally fine. Give him a little bit of charge, hopefully throw some B2s, and do his best. No complaints.
No, I agree with that. I was very happy with the showing that we put out this week. Although I wanted to see a little bit more of 19 doing. I mean, he did what he did. He was a defensive build this week, but I wanted to see a little bit more of him against somebody else other than Super Boo. I wanted to see him against maybe an Android 13 a little more. To see how he could have done against that kind of character,
try to see what breaks him. Yeah.
Yeah, I want, because since it's preseason, I was really wanting to see him go against the faster characters that kind of outmatch him a little bit. But oh well, we got to see enough of him, and I'm pretty impressed with him. So
go on.
We should probably get ready to move on to the next match.
Yeah, next match was Valkyries versus Derp.
Yep, I'll pull up.
That was fun.
This was a pretty good match. Oh, okay. I take that back. It was a good match for Derp.
It was a good 4v3.
Yeah, it was a good 4v3. Good job, champ. I mean,
hey, the champ is probably super tired. He probably did some extra workout the night before. Probably saved a galaxy or two. Like,
see, the thing is, he had that stomach flu that's been going around.
Gosh, dang it! I thought we got the doctors on that.
Yeah, but I had it like 2 weeks ago, and I was like on the verge of calling the hospital. So the fact that the champ got up and was able to,
actually do it, yeah,
I mean,
very impressive, very impressive.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
MVP right there.
Yeah. Now that we got the champ's like his little handicap out of the way, he's always such a nice guy fighting with a handicap for the other team.
Mm-hmm.
But like
champ MVP.
Even with that, I'm gonna just like Android 18 was really. I mean, Videl did okay. Like she was.
No, do not give her an okay. Videl did bad.
She could have done worse.
I mean, what's worse? Like champ worse? Like she didn't do it. She had the spam build. They've been trying to work on Videl. I see them, saying like, "Oh man, Pan is so bad." But ever since you switched to Videl, she has not done much. Like this difficulty change.
Yeah, Pan has been doing better than Videl. You are right, but we don't like. She still didn't do as bad as she could have done. There is worse.
Yes.
Anyways,
I would say, do we have the stats for that?
No,
fight?
we don't have stats.
So. Okay.
I don't. There are no stats for that team. I looked.
Okay, because I would like to see the stats. I would like to see Videl's damage output, because I don't think that she did that well.
She didn't. I can guarantee she didn't do that well. But she didn't do as bad as I thought she was going to do against this team. Like
against who she was facing, yeah.
Yeah, against who she was facing, like I knew she wasn't going to do well. I mean, unless she fought like Herc, but I really thought she was going to do worse than what she did. Because because of the characters that were in.
I mean, looking at how the match started, it was a very interesting slugfest right at the beginning.
It was a very, very entertaining match all the way through.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for some reason, it seemed like Android 18 was just completely bogging down Supreme Kai with those Rush Blasts, not allowing him to do anything.
She was. That was very impressive. Android 18 is by far the standout of this match for the Vals because of how well she wouldn't let the Supreme Kai charge. And when he was charging, she always made sure he was in the water.
Yep.
So it was a very, very smart match by Android 18. Supreme Kai never really got to do much. Like, his melee is always reliable, but he's always almost... What was he? He was Dragon Power, Raising Fighting Spirit, Indignation, Quick Fast Attack. He was kind of more of a... Yeah, he had Key +1 and Krillin AI.
Balanced. So relatively balanced.
He was a relatively balanced set. So they were kind of making sure that even if he couldn't charge, because this map is always a liability to charging players, they were making sure that he had an offensive weapon. And he did well with what he was given.
Wait, didn't they fight a derp? No, they fought a derp. That wasn't a water thing.
Was it?
They fought a derp.
They did?
Yeah, I think.
Fought a derp.
Are we sure?
that was a derp home match.
Was I thinking... Mm-hmm. I guess I was confusing it with last week. Anyway. We just talked about nonsense for a good 2 minutes.
Ignore us for the past... Yeah. But, I mean, ultimately, he ended up fighting her evenly, more or less. And my favorite part of this entire match, 18 got stunned out of an ultimate.
That was fantastic. Yep. I love that. She just ran right into it. It was great.
I didn't know if that would work. It
worked like that.
But I got to admit, Supreme Kai's rush stun B1s, that's kind of what turned the match around for him. It allowed him to keep up.
Very true.
So maybe focus on that a little bit in the future. I don't know.
I'd recommend doing that. Like we already talked about Videl doing not so good, and but I wanted to talk about Kui. Kui did meh.
Yeah, he managed to take down 18 with a rush blast, which was funny.
He did Kui things. I mean, he wasn't awful.
Pan out-dodged and out-countered Kui, and there was not much Kui could do, even though he was spamming that false courage, so he had the potential.
Yeah, no. Okay, so everybody's talking, or not really everybody, but, like, Kui has a lot of potential to do really good, but, like, we've been talking about over the entire preseason, there are characters that just haven't had any base to go off of. So they're just trying to find it. Kui has a lot of potential to be really good in this league. but they have to find the right build for him, and they just haven't found it yet. He did okay, didn't do great, which is good because they're building a base for it. This is the time to do that. So,
it could be the same thing as what they did with Salza last season.
Just
throw him out there and eventually he'll go elite.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they're going to use Kui as much coming up because they will. He's going to be there. Obviously, they're not going to use Herc as much as they did last season.
Yeah.
I'm almost guaranteed. He's probably going to be their free agent slot most of the season,
unless they get locked into or out of something.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that it's going to be against opponents that they need to win against. It's going to be Devilman, Supreme Kai, Goku, Kui.
Goku.
Well, it's going to be Salza, Devilman, Supreme Kai, and Goku. And then
we haven't seen much of Salza this preseason, have we?
Because they don't need it.
Yeah, they don't.
He's their best player,
which is kind of scary considering.
Yeah, but I mean, over the course of the preseason, they've proven that in Goku and Supreme Kai can both be really, really dangerous.
Yes.
So so as it goes, Devilman shows flashes of being really dangerous, and he can be any given night. But now you've got 3 really solid players, and then Devilman, who's inconsistent but still solid.
Yep.
So that's 3 really solid players. That's a very good rotation. And then you got Kui, who you can just keep trying and trying and trying with.
Until something sticks.
Until something sticks, and then you can iron it out over the course of the season against teams you don't really need to win against. Or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, the good thing for Derp is everybody's going to underestimate them this season.
They're going to bench probably their best or second best against them, and that sucks knowing that, but that could be their saving grace.
It gives them a chance to upset some of the better teams.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, we need to. Well, we don't really need to hurry this up. We've got a little bit, but
yeah, you want to touch on Valkyries a little bit?
Yeah, we're going to. I was just going to bring up again. In Goku did pretty well.
That's Goku for you. What a great free agent.
He didn't have the savior for the whole, oh my god, spirit death ball thing.
Yeah,
because that they had on Herc, but he still managed to do a crap ton of damage.
No, see, that's what I think they need to do. They need to make him their spammer.
Well, I think they plan to. I just think
they're trying new things. Yes, but
they tried to make Hercule a little something because
they have to. They have to at least try to get him working.
Yeah.
But if I was Derp, I would have never used. I would have just kept Salza and Devilman on the bench the entire time. Maybe used Devilman a couple times, but I would have used Supreme Kai, Kui, Goku, and then the champ the entire time and try and find something that works. Hold on, you guys continue.
That being said, I'm checking at the builds for let's see, Videl. Videl only had Unleash Key and she lost her Clash, which sucks, but that hurts. Pan, I think, lost a Clash. I'm not sure. No. Yeah, Pan had Power of Rage, Trunks had Power of Rage. Trunks beat Hercule's Class, which, let me check. Did he have...
Hercules didn't have
any
Clash. He did
not have Clash Batara. He had Halo.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately...
Didn't do anything.
But, I mean, if Halo was going to do something, I suppose the champ was potentially one of them.
Did Herc have Halo this week? I was paying attention. I saw that he had one less, so I'm guessing, yeah, he had it.
Yeah, Halo.
He had Halo 1, Super Plus 1, Savior, an Aura Charge Purple, and a Free Draconic Aura. Aura Charge Purple on not the starter. No, we didn't even get to see him charge.
Okay.
Talking about the Valkyries for a little while.
Okay.
They're still looking like a little bit of a shaky team going into the main season. Aurelia's looking good, 18's looking good, Flash is looking fine. But you got that Videl, she's shaky, and Pan is still not on the upper end of what she can do. And Trunks can only sit out one of them, so the struggle might be a little bit real for them.
I'm not even going to get into the troubles that the Valves are having right now, but I just don't know how. I don't see them really going anywhere. They're just kind of I mean, obviously they have Arali and Fasha.
Arali.
Whatever.
I respectfully disagree. I think their team is strong enough, and I hate to say this, I think their team is strong enough that on a good day they can power through, even getting countered, and that's a scary thought right there. Mm-hmm. The thing is, I'm not entirely sure how consistent their characters are. I mean, Fasha's been beaten a couple times. I mean, sure, she had a good showing, but she's been beaten when I was really surprised that, she was beaten. Trunks, who I think is far and above superior to most other characters, he's had like one good showing, and the other showings were just kind of meh. Pan is well-rounded, but Pan and 18 are probably the most consistent, which is kind of scary. And we don't know enough about Aurelie, but Aurelie is frickin' Aurelie. So I think that's enough to power through most opposition, as long as they decide to perform. And we have no idea if that's going to happen.
Very true.
But Super Spirit Bomb,
yes,
connected for 17k. Goku kicks Trunks' ass,
yes,
and I'm not sure if that's because Goku being Goku or Trunks being Trunks.
I think it was. I'm going to give Trunks a little credit and say it was Goku being Goku.
It could be a mix of both.
I mean, it could be a mix of both.
But Goku was doing really, really well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it to Goku being really good this week. So hopefully you can keep that up and become reliable for Derp. So.
Yeah, Trunks didn't have that much chance to do anything because of that ultimate, but he was on a melee build with Power of Rage and Savior and that kind of stuff.
Okay, we should probably move on.
Yep. Next match was Saiyans versus Majins, right? Yeah, Majins.
Yep.
Divisional match.
Holy crap!
That's pretty good.
Surprised the hell out of me, honestly.
Yeah, it did. I'm writing down like all the times for when we're talking about stuff, so it's easier to edit earlier. So you guys can go ahead and talk.
I mean, King Vegeta he had no chill. He just completely came out and started wrecking Spopovich in the early bit. Couldn't keep it up, I think.
No, he did not. Well. He did really well, but he wasn't able to keep it up over the entire match, for the most part. Until the end, I guess. But
until the end, where he went ape.
Yeah.
He went ape, tagged, and then just started laying into. Who was it?
Was it Baby?
Was it? I don't think. Majub was the last one.
Oh, okay.
But Majub didn't get to do much with his max power.
Nobody in this match did anything with their max power.
No.
Nobody this week really did much with their max power other than Goku's.
Yeah, and even then. Well, no, Goku's.
Yeah, the Goku's did a lot.
I mean, I don't know what's up with Majub. I really don't. I mean, in testing, almost every time he'd go to max power, he would throw out an ultimate.
Yeah.
Even when he does go to max power in these tests, he doesn't go to max power as much, but when he doesn't do anything with it. Mm. I mean, Majub this week was doing better in melee than, what was it, N Vegeta, who was on a melee build?
Yeah, It was really, really weird. You
just don't expect that.
I opened Namix instead of Majins.
Majins are looking shaky.
LMNOP, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think Majins have won a single preseason fight, have they?
Nope,
they've been having really tough times.
Really tough times.
Majin hasn't been doing the way they wanted. Yeah. Baby Vegeta hasn't been doing what they wanted.
I saw the power body on Baby. It's like, when in doubt, throw power body on him. It's like, wow, and you're free agent, huh?
They're going to go down the road of the Valkyries did last season with Power Body Pan. Beware. But yeah, and Vegeta was on a melee build, attack +1, serious quick fast attack. Mirage, which actually came in handy.
That came in handy.
Yeah. when Majub actually did throw out an ultimate,
Vegeta only got hit by one, and then immediately found him because he was rushing at him.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good. You wouldn't think that they're just like, let's go ahead and put the Mirage and maybe we'll get Majin with it. And got him, so it was pretty good.
That was, yeah. Was that the only Mirage they ended up having? Yeah, that was the only Mirage they had, so that was like the perfect setup.
Yep.
True.
Majub kept it even with N Vegeta. I'm not sure if that's good for N Vegeta because it is a Vegeta, or if it was kind of derpy for Majub because
and Vegeta's still been kind of shaky too when it comes to the Saiyans and free agents. But Majub, I don't know. he also is having a shaky difficulty transfer too. So
yeah, but those Gallic guns from and Vegeta, sheesh.
Mm-hmm. Said Majin's, you're just looking a little bit shaky. I mean, Spopovich still Spopovich. Majin Vegeta still Majin Vegeta. Baby, he's arguably the worst free agent in the league. Majub is looking shaky. Babidi didn't have I only had one performance and not a great one. But at least have we seen DeBoer? I think we saw him maybe week 1.
He had a good performance first week against Gohan's. I think he was one of the few ones that actually did stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the only one. He was really the only one who did stuff that week.
Spopovich killed Vegeta. Raditz came in, completely started demolishing Spopovich, and
didn't Spopovich tag?
Majin Vegeta came in. Majin Vegeta's Vegeta's kind of shaky too, which is surprising. Mm-hmm. He had like one good performance this preseason, and then he's just kind of been handled, and that kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was doing good in max power combo and followed up with a B2, kicking Raditz's ass, but those top class warriors missing.
Not missing, just not having effect.
One of them.
Nope, they just didn't have an effect.
You're not nothing. You're not top class warrior, Raditz. Sit down.
Yeah, Vegeta just
Bardock, Jesus.
Yeah, that damage though. It's a full power energy wave, 10,000. Like, wow.
Yeah, and his first one I think got blocked because of max power. But Power Body did well, trying to counter Bardock in melee, which is what Power Body's supposed to do. But that's spam.
Yep, and then wrap it up with King Vegeta coming back in and just blowing. Yeah, ultimate for the win.
I mean, that has got to be one of the worst ultimates. And yet he uses it so well.
Like I said, when King Vegeta turns into an ape, he's just so powerful. His B2s are great.
Yep.
That Ignition and Fighting Spirit on his last stand, just charging and launching B2s in his ape form.
Super explosive wave for crap ton of damage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, usually they go with like more of a key +1 build, but this time they went with defense +2, attack -1 on him. So
yeah, King Vegeta was not far from being elite. He was like 18,000 points from being elite this week. He did 82,000 points of damage.
Yeah, definitely did his job. More than enough.
And Vegeta did his work. Raditz did a little less at 32,000, and Bardock. Well, I don't think Bardock had much to do. I mean, he kind of got handled by. But he tagged, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he tagged.
I think it was the last stand, so I think Bardock got taken down.
Only King Vegeta tagged.
Yeah, only King Vegeta tagged.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'd like to note no Valkyries tagged this week, but and Goku tagged.
Yeah.
Spopovich also tagged.
Spopovich did tag. He was the last one out, wasn't he? And then he got just blasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came in and then he wouldn't have been very effective against an ape, anyways. So.
Unless he Berserker Crash, but yeah, you can't really rely on that.
Yeah, that's like he uses that less than he uses Mad Banquet. So, unreliable. Anyways, do we want to move on?
Next match, it was It was Booze versus Namek.
Now I get to open the Namek page.
Ooh, PyCon. Holy crap.
Yeah, PyCon.
What do you think of this match?
PyCon.
I'd just say that Namek, you're looking good. I definitely, I would put money that you guys are going to get out of South Kai. Like, there's no argument. I'm proud.
Oh no! They might be one of the favorites.
This season definitely cleaned up well. I'd just say that maybe we underestimated them a little bit. I mean, it's just a preseason, and we were trying to test out a little bit of Majin Buu, Kid Buu, but we're done with that. So we're like, all right, well, everybody else go in, and they just countered us hard.
Yeah.
Counter. Like, they started off with melee PyCon, breaking down our defensive Evil Buu. Then they had their defensive Nail take on our spam Vegeta, and he couldn't do the damage, and they just took us out. Not a lot of our B2s connected, and they just had the answers. It was a good performance.
I'm definitely going to give most of the credit for this win to who's Namek's coach?
Zalabrator?
Yeah, Zal? Freaking Zal is turning this around from last season.
Yep. They're changing things. It's amazing.
I give him so much credit because last season there was like no coaching. It was almost always the same builds. There was like no involvement. But this season, one change in the coach, and instantly they go from South Kai to freaking amazing.
to, easily East Kai, if not North Kai potential, depending on how this season goes. I mean, I could see them in North Kai.
I could see them winning if they keep this up. They've just got so much to offer. Like, all the Piccolos, all three Piccolos did amazing. Well, I mean, like, early Piccolo and King Piccolo were amazing, and then late Piccolo was good. And then Tambourine was, Tambourine. He did okay sometimes, but, like, we really didn't see much of him.
Yeah.
And then Nail is going to be Nail. So, like, he's basically the pillar of their team. He's always going to do something. And then PyCon, this week he actually did good.
I have to give Dynamics. Oh, go ahead.
I think last week was kind of, he was handled by a Rayleigh, which, I mean, come on, it's a Rayleigh.
It's a Rayleigh. Like, you can't, like, you plan for somebody to get handled by her. So PyCon really didn't have a chance to do much. But I'm going to give it...
And it was on the Valkyries map.
Yeah, it was also there. But that's why I was thinking of last week. I had Namex on the brain this week. I had a conversation with one of my friends about Piccolo earlier today. So, I really, really think that the Namex have a good shot at winning this year if they can keep up. If they can just keep up the ingenuity of trying to counter everyone.
The consistency.
Like, every week
they keep consistent, they've got a huge chance to win.
I don't think this entire preseason there's ever been a time where it's just like, man, that one person on Namek messed up. They didn't do their job.
No, nobody messed up.
Everybody's looking nice and good and consistent, and that's what's definitely gonna do well.
I'm not gonna say that we were all kind of doubting PyCon. Like,
who's doubting PyCon?
Not
me.
No, okay.
I didn't doubt PyCon
like,
for a second.
I'm not talking about like the YCast, like the crew of the YCast. I'm talking about like there were quite a few people in the league who were doubting PyCon being like just I don't know how to describe it. Like there's just there was like conversation of PyCon just not going to be able to contribute like a normal member or whatever. But
the amount of money he was spent,
yeah, and he wasn't like worth the amount of money he was spent on and everything. But this week kind of proved that he can, even if he doesn't like destroy a team, he can definitely contribute solidly. Yeah. So he's in that spot on a team where he doesn't need to be the best player. He just needs to contribute.
Which I think he can definitely do.
He
better
can definitely
at least somebody.
do that.
I'm not sure who at this moment. I mean, at the moment, Tambourine's looking like one of their weaker characters, but
which is scary.
Yeah,
that is very scary, especially if they can get him working again. Oh, that's terrifying. If Tambourine, I think that in all honesty, the person I'm least scared of on this team is late Piccolo, and that's only because of his tendency to, when they put him on a spam build, to use Hellzone grenade instead of light grenade or stuff like that. But that's not even that bad. Like,
and I gotta say,
you gonna talk about the match?
Well, yeah, we haven't through all this. We haven't even said anything. I mean, PyCon's Hyper Tornadoes was great. He used that stupid health knockback and then got hit by an ultimate. Good job, but it didn't kill him. And he
was able to tag and then come back and finish the match.
Yeah, he tagged right before he ran out of yellow, and he gained that all back.
Yeah,
yep.
That was a great tag.
Evil Boo put in that work too, though, when he came in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Evil Boo did well.
The flame showers, those hurts.
That was they did like 79,000 or 79k each or whatever.
Yep.
Almost 8k each.
And did he have any super pluses this week?
No, he never had any super pluses. Just defense plus 2, latent energy, and
I'm in the stats. He was. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can tell us. He was a defense build this week.
Yep.
He was Cell AI, defense plus 2, Latin energy, and Eternal Life.
Yep.
Which is very surprising that did that much damage just without any boosts.
It worked. It really worked.
Oh no, he used it great. He used it very well.
But Boo's, I think Boo's won one clash this week.
Yeah,
I think
they did.
I think Gohan Boo won one clash.
Gohan Boo won one clash, or maybe two. I don't remember.
No, it was just one. Just one.
Okay, well,
it was definitely just one.
Okay.
They were winning all the clashes.
I know. Surprisingly, Master Strike hurt Tambourine a lot. I mean, Tambourine won in the end, but he was actually using those B2s, but they were not doing anything.
Mm-hmm. But at least he had the melee to break down the rest of Evil Boo, but then Vegeta spammed him to death.
Yeah. I mean, Tammy dodged mid Vegeta a little bit. and kind of Mystic Breath the Gallic Gun, but he died really.
Yeah, that end combo is that volley hit up and then hit him with the energy wave volley at the end and finished him off. And then that Nail versus Vegeta fight was just terrible. Vegeta just couldn't get out enough damage. Nail destroyed. Nail is the MVP of that fight.
Yeah.
God, Nail put in that work. I think Nail is going to be one of the best defense players in the league this season because Nail, he just gets the job done.
He don't give a shit.
He don't give a shit. He's like, I got the health. I'm gaining it. I'm not taking much damage, and I'm going to slap the crap out of you. I'm going to get it in on Nail. And he was very impressive. I think if Nail wasn't there being the impressive thing that he was, I don't think that Namek would have won. It was Nail that held it down, that shifted the fight from more even to just definitely in Namek's side.
Yeah. I mean, Super Boo did what he could. He definitely did. He did his best. He turned Nail into mint chocolate,
Yeah.
A specialty flavor. Nail completely missed a super explosive wave. He wasn't even close.
Yeah, it's like super explosive wave, and he's like, all right, let me go ahead and high tension. Let me stretch it out. Like, I don't care. Gohan Buu is doing really well. Like, since we've been forced to switch over to him, I've been pretty impressed with him. He's been a great meleeer. He's been using the B2s wisely, what he did to 13 last week and what he did to Nail and everybody with them chocolate beams. He's just been really well as a meleeer, a good addition. Mm-hmm. And then Oob.
Yeah.
Oob and his cheatingness on King Piccolo.
he was just completely I mean, I've never seen I've seen it when they knock back, but after they arc, it's usually like, oh nope, you're not hitting with that. I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah, he just like grinded up on the wall. He kind of stuck for a second, then he got free, and then as soon as he got free, King Piccolo standed up right into it and just got wrecked. I was like, wow. I was like, that was cheating, Oob, but okay.
Yeah, but I mean, Oob. I don't know. He hasn't been Oob to me feels scarier last season than he was.
Yeah.
He's not like he was a staple for a melee build. Like if you think who are the top meleeers, I would say Oob's probably in the top 5.
Yeah, but he's been kind of shaky.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna try to hopefully work and iron him out because I'd say out of all the main people on the team, Oob is looking the weakest, and it upsets me because Oob is my favorite person on the team. So hopefully we can get him fixed.
In fact, he's looking weaker than potentially Majin Buu is.
Yeah. He from what stat-wise, from what he's performance-wise, he's been weaker than Majin Buu performance-wise. Overall, I'd just say it just really wasn't a week for the Boos. Like, we call ourselves # Team Super K. We didn't connect with a single one. No one connected with a single one. So it just wasn't our match. We got countered. We got outplayed, and it was still a fine match though, and we learned a lot. So. Good job, Namek, and looking forward to seeing what you do.
Mm-hmm. All right, next match is my match. Oh boy.
All right, you want to go ahead and get it started? Go ahead. Oh, introduce the match.
To be fair, it was Gohan's versus Rugrats on our home map, which I am loving our home map. I really am. Mm-hmm. I mean, we were both at the same time going all out as well as testing a few things.
We going all out. You didn't get teamed, so.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You'll know he'll be in it for the real divisional match.
Oh God.
We
That's the
didn't
worst.
go tanks. We wanted to see how a new AI worked on Kid Trunks. To see how that worked, and it's not what we wanted at the moment.
I could see that.
Yeah, he wasn't. I mean, he tried rushes, but he didn't spam, and he didn't do melee like he was supposed to. Ultimate Gohan is still scary as all crap.
Every Gohan except for Kid Gohan is scary.
No, I would say Sandman's not very.
Future.
I would say Future Gohan's not scary. I would say Sandman's not scary. Kid Gohan, I would say, is scarier than those two combined. Partially because of what I've seen in the off-season testing. I mean, Kid Gohan's done some shit.
Yeah, he's done some shit. He almost sold the entire Blades in one of their test videos.
Holy crap!
That was the Blades. I don't know what they were doing, but
it was
but then again, that also being said, I'm not entirely scared of Bojack either just yet.
No, Bojack. They're still trying to melee on him, and he's just not really doing it. Like
he still wants to spam.
I mean, as much as I love Zangia, saying that Zangia is a better meleeer, which I don't know. I don't know if that's really good on Zangia beating Bojack in Melee, or if that's really bad on Bojack.
That's
because
bad on Bojack.
I'd say Zenya's a fine mailer. She's not. She's average, but it was just Bojack being bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she's top tier, but she definitely has her strengths and uses.
Yeah, well, Bojack, he's just bad. He probably did more damage in Trap Shooter than he did.
Oh no, he definitely did. He did like what 20k in Trap Shooter damage.
I mean, honestly, I think if it wasn't for, Cell Jr. kind of just sitting there, well, not sitting, but, not dodging well enough to eat that Super Kamehameha, I mean, Cell Jr. was keeping even with Ultimate Gohan, except for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Super Kamehameha from Gohan, then your GT Goku did Super Kamehameha, and then I think Ultimate Gohan did it again, another Super Kamehameha on whose face? I think it was GT Goku's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, Cell Jr. really nearly would have brought that back with a special beam cannon, but that frickin' wild sense.
Yep.
Oh well. I mean, Dodoria did decent.
Ultimate Gohan
did
full
pretty well.
defense. Full defense. Defense +3, attack -1, eternal life, latent energy. You can't get more defensive than that.
That's almost what they did last season. Last season they had defense +2 and like Sirius or Light Body, depending on who they're facing.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, Ultimate Gohan's just a great character. Great melee, great B2s, great everything. And it seems like no matter what job they have him do, he'll do fine at it. Yeah, he'll do it.
It doesn't matter if he's a defensive tank. He still will do damage.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, he has even with attack -1, his melee does a lot of damage.
Yep.
Yep.
No, his melee is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's through the roof. Dodoria did surprisingly decent melee, and headbreaker for 10k.
That was cool.
I'm loving
all
that
those moves do like 10k straight.
Yep. I mean, the only time they didn't is when we had like Super -1 on him, her, it, and that still did
him,
like
her,
9K.
it, potato head.
Yep. Great B2 great free agent that you picked up there.
I mean, she's doing a lot more melee than I expected or hoped for, but she's doing it better than I expected, so that's not horrible. I mean, it's not entirely what I want her to do, but I'm not upset at it. I mean, I think with the stats, let me find this week's, but I think Dodoria did her fair share of damage. Let me see.
I mean,
Dodoria did 46,000. Yeah,
yeah.
Dodoria did 46,000. Yeah, that's all we can ask for. I mean, that's more than Cyberman would do, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, just do your job. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
Take your man.
But yeah, Goku did some really good melee. Bojack transformed and died. That's probably going to be a theme.
Yeah,
GT Goku did fine for only a 6-point build.
Yeah, no 5-point build because of 6-point because Light Body. We kind of forgot we had Body on Kid Trunks.
What'd you think of Trunks?
This week,
Kid
Trunks?
We wanted to go with that AI because in tests he was really, really, really melee happy and kind of balanced in the melee. No, I'm sorry, not melee heavy, but he was really, really good in melee, but he also still spammed. And he didn't do any of that this week. I mean, Ultimate Gohan did kind of out-dodge him, but he didn't do what we wanted. I mean, even against Kid Gohan. I mean, okay, Kid Gohan I see as being stronger than probably a lot of other people see, but I think Kid Trunks should have done more than he did.
Should have done more, but just didn't.
Yeah, I mean, Dodoria came back in, did another headbreaker for 10k before getting hit with an ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know Dodoria's ultimates are going to be... I mean, I know Dodoria's weakness is going to be probably, like, Rush B2 characters, which
stuff, yeah.
I probably shouldn't be saying that, but whatever.
Oh, too late now. Don't worry, I'll edit this out in post.
Anyway, but we got the information we wanted to, unfortunately. Well, not the information we wanted to, but we got information.
You got info.
I mean, if we went into next week with Broly AI, I'd be pissed.
Hey, why don't you try it anyways? Maybe it'll work next week.
How about no? What could possibly go wrong? Anyway.
Gohan's like, if you didn't have Ultimate Gohan, then once again, it's just these powerful Gohans carrying. Kid kind of did his job. Bojack was meh. Sandman was meh. So if Ultimate Gohan just didn't do his job, just like these past couple of weeks, just Team Gohan doing his job, I'm just not sure if they would have won that fight.
I mean, Saiyaman did 27,000. That's not horrible.
That's not even your man, though.
Bojack did 43. So, I mean, we were ragging on him. He still technically took his man.
But yeah, we're just ragging on him because he's not doing the melee.
He's not doing what everyone expected him to do.
Yeah, they put him on the melee build. He's not really meleeing. He's more trap shooting, throwing B2s. So maybe you want to try him on a B2 build.
I think Muscle was the one who started putting him on a melee build, and he was actually surprisingly doing a lot. But I think that was the old difficulty, and I don't think the Gohans want to risk putting him on a B2 build in case he does trap shooter and kind of wastes it.
I mean, you could have tried it. You act like this is a real match. This is the preseason.
But then who else are going to be their B2 characters? I mean, they've got Teen Gohan, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
They've got, let me check Saiyaman.
Saiyaman's more like a spammer.
Yeah, Saiyaman's kind of.
But the thing that they're doing that I don't like, they have Future Gohan as a B2er. I don't like that. I think Future Gohan. If you switch Bojack and Future Gohan, what they're supposed to do that. Well, Future Gohan is great melee. Bojack, we've seen him be a B2er. I'd switch the roles.
If the thing is, we don't know how consistent. I mean, at the moment, it seems like Bojack's going to be more consistent than Future Gohan. I mean, that's Future Gohan's the main problem, I think.
Future Gohan just been really underwhelming and inconsistent.
I mean, it makes sense if he uses his max power B1 to nuke people, but he doesn't.
Oh.
I mean, even if they put him in base form and use full power charge, but I don't think they ever tested that, or they might have like once or twice. But
it's too late to test it now. We're in the main season now, so if you want to go ahead and do it in a match that you don't really care about winning or losing, or and try something different, I would definitely suggest maybe try Bojack back on B2 and then Future Gohan on melee.
That could be work. It could work definitely. I mean, especially if Kid Gohan goes on, defense?
Yeah, Kid Gohan defense, Ultimate Gohan on melee, Saiyaman on whatever you want, Teen Gohan, just Teen Gohan.
Saiyaman can just go off and do his own thing. Saiyaman, just go get the team ice cream.
I mean, I expect either Saiyaman or Future Gohan to be on the bench for Bojack, honestly. That's kind of what I expect this season.
Yeah.
But, anything else about this match?
No.
It was just kind of like a straight-up brawl, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But, that is what it is.
It was something, that's for sure.
It came down to a pretty close fight. I mean, if Kid Trunks did better, I mean, we could have won that, but, coulda, shoulda, woulda.
You win some, you lose some, and that one you lost.
Yep. So, next match is Dragon Ball Warriors versus Blades.
Sure.
Wait, no. I'm sorry, no, not Blades. What? Yeah, no, it was Blades.
Dragon Ball Warriors.
Yeah, no, it was...
I saw Yajirobe AI, and I'm like, is it Yajirobe? No. Pilaf coming out first, starting with new AI that we tested that had a lot of promise because of all those rolling smashes, and which did end up starting the match, rolling smash for, what was it, 9K?
It was a lot.
That was some good stuff right there.
Then Trunks started bringing it back.
Yeah, with the 13,000 damage ult. Pilaf transforms, uses the wrong B2 for 3,000 damage.
Like every other time he does it. It's like a 1 in 3 chance he uses Gatling gun.
Yeah,
I mean, the test video, he was doing it, but...
No. He was doing really well, but he
was doing well in melee, and which is surprising because he has no power body for being a giant.
No. And that's one of my problems with Dragon Ball Warriors and with their test requests during the offseason. I told you, you put that blue, they change. So, Derby seems like he turned a little bit on the Pilaf. If you saw the test videos for Dragon Ball Warriors with Pilaf, he was doing the rolling smashes, he was doing the Gatling gun, he shot his penis out of the opponent, and it was over. But
he did, was it 2 or 3?
Yeah, 2 or 3 right in the opponent's face.
Well, I mean, holy cow.
But,
he was consistent with that shit. I'm like...
But this, I don't know. And it's not the greatest opponent. Pilaf doesn't have the greatest of melees going up against Trunks, which is arguably their number 1 melee on their team. Full meleeed out build, attack plus 2 serious, quick fast attack, light body, rising fighting spirit, power of rage. Trunks was ready to go on Majin Buu AI. And he handled it. He did his melee game. Even did 2 ultimates?
Yeah.
2 ultimates from a melee.
1 ultimate, and I think he finished Pilaf with the Burning Storm.
He did. He finished it with the Burning Storm.
He tagged, came back in, and then he did an ultimate on early Goku?
Yeah, he did an ultimate on early Goku. Early Goku fought back, and then did Trunks knock him out, or did Trunks leave again?
I think Trunks knocked him. No, Goku knocked out Trunks, and then Janemba.
Yeah, and then Janemba came in and wrapped it up. Yeah. Because he's like, oh, he's charging, maybe you can fire off a Spirit Bomb, and then he got hit by a sword.
Not wrapped it up.
Tao was the one who killed Trunks.
Yeah, Tao killed Trunks, yeah.
Tao on Power Body. I did not know Tao had Power Body.
Well, he does now.
That's a scary thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tao is always scary.
Tapion, I don't know. Just sometimes. Tapion, just another one of those characters, the difficulty change was not kind.
Yeah, well, then again, this was in Hell, right? Or
No, this is on Dragon Ball Warriors Wasteland.
The Wasteland ate Gohan's ultimate.
It did.
Gohan's ultimate. Poor base Gohan.
And then Tapion dodged the other one.
He dodged another one.
Yeah, didn't even look at it, just dodged.
Even fight, surprisingly.
Yeah, a lot of melee from both of them when they're just supposed
Tapion was doing better in melee than he was in B2s.
And I think they actually did that. I think Blades did a test request where Tapion was on a melee build, and it's sad to actually get to that point where your B2ers aren't B2ing anymore. Your spammers aren't spamming with this new difficulty change. Everybody wants to be so melee happy that some characters are breaking because of it. We're seeing Tapion want a melee. We're seeing Maju want a melee, and it's just like, no, we want you to do B2s, but character doesn't want to do it. I'm not sure what you can do.
I mean, base Gohan did pretty damn well. I mean, when he started doing the B2s, he was doing that work. But as soon as he stopped doing B2s, he just got handled. I mean, his melee game is not there.
No. Adult Gohan's not a melee. When I saw the Super Saiyans trying to make their Adult Gohan a melee, I was like, no. No, put that man back on B2s.
But, who was it? Did Tapion tag? Yeah, Tapion tagged, and Yajirobe ended up killing Gohan. Then there was like a super ultimate dodge battle. That was like, what, 8 dodges?
Oh my god, it was insane.
Yeah, Tao and Yajirobe just like, oh my god.
Max power dodges. It's like, will this ever end?
Nope, never. It'll just keep going on forever. Eventually the stream will just die.
I mean, Yajirobe's max power body gives him a good save. It helps a lot.
He charges them stock so quickly, then he just does the max power and the super power body. No beans, but still, fine performance from Yajirobe.
You know what I want to see on Yajirobe? And I know I'm probably in the minority on this, but it's crazy, and that's why I'm interested in it. Yajirobe is scary because of his beans, but I think he's just as scary because of his max power B1 because he gets it so often. I mean, he did a flash and kill for 11k. I don't think he was on a B2 build, right?
No, he was defense build.
Yajirobe had,
I don't think it was that much damage. I think it was comboed off of a previous combo, but still,
it could have been, yeah. But
what were you about to say about Yajirobe?
The fact that he has power body in max power mode and max power mode punches through power body. I mean,
you can't give Yajirobe power body.
I would be very curious to see him on a B2 nuke build. Like, I would be very curious.
They could possibly try a B2 build. I mean, Tapion's not doing it, so maybe Yajirobe can do it.
They should have tried that this off season.
I would love to have seen that this off season, but
no, Blade. You weren't going to see a lot of things from Blade's off season because they didn't really do anything. Like, they're still in their same builds, generally their same norm that they were last season, despite the difficulty change.
And now people are ready.
Janemba's still on a Janemba's still on a B2 build, Yajirobe's on his defense, Tapion's on a super build, even though he's not really supering, and Sword Trunks is melee.
So I think like maybe Potara for Potara point, but every single one is pretty much the exact same. No, Jane is the exact same, except maybe like a AI change. I think he was maybe on...
They changed a couple AIs, but like... What I'm looking at, I'm looking at the Blades, and they're basically saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because they just broke. Yeah, no, it's broken. Like the plan is broken, and it's like in any sport, esport, video game, whatever. If you go into like the next session or the next season, and have the exact same game plan and the exact same.
Even if you've won championships, which these guys did, it's a new difficulty.
Yeah, it's like
it's a new everything.
It's like you're looking at it and you're going to be like, okay, well that worked for you once, but now literally everybody is gunning to beat you. They're ready for it. They know exactly what you're bringing, and you wasted your only chance to practice it freely on other players that are practicing other things by attempting to keep the same things. So you just gave them more of an opportunity to build for it. Because you confirmed that you were just going to stick with the same things.
Yep.
I'm just really disappointed in the Blade's lack of ingenuity.
Yeah.
So.
They'll end up probably biting them in the butt. So
it's definitely no. If they don't try and change anything, then
their division's tough.
Who's in their division this year?
Boo's, Rugrats, and Gohan's.
Oh boy,
that is a tough division for your team not being that consistent. Because I can say that every single one of the other teams in the division are looking pretty.
No. All three of those teams did better than the Blazes. Not only this
at this point in time.
Yes. Yeah, during the preseason. I'm not saying anything. I'm not even talking about the regular season right now. I'm just saying during the preseason, all three of those teams showed glimpses of being way more. They have way more potential than the Blades do at this moment,
and more consistency. Too.
Yeah, and a lot more consistency. Plus, they were trying new things. So, but I'm looking at the Blades and how they did this preseason. I'm looking at all the teams who have improved. I'm like, are the Blades even near the middle anymore? Because they were at the very top. Not during the regular season, obviously, but the playoffs, they were in the top.
During the playoffs, yeah.
Yeah, they were the best. But I'm looking...
Against the freaking Super Saiyans.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Exactly, but it's looking at it now, it's all these teams have improved. Some of the teams obviously haven't improved, but most of the bad teams have gotten better, so even, Derp and Ginyu have, legitimate chances now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Don't even talk about... Let's not even talk about Namekians, who skyrocketed.
Basically, Derp and Ginyu have chances to leave South Kai now, but Namekians are almost guaranteed to get out of South Kai.
Yeah.
They're going to be somewhere in the higher ups. And it's the Blades just kind of sank down because all the best teams got better, except for maybe the Majins. But...
I'd like to put a pin in this for a second because as much as we're ragging on the Blades, they did end up winning.
No. I'm not saying they're bad.
Oh yeah. You won because they decided not to pull the Nom card.
Well, that too. But Blades were fighting basically 3v4 until they finally had to, and then Janemba came out and basically beat it in one combo.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
It was Trunks. Yeah,
it was Trunks.
Even the
won.
little that Janemba had to do, he still got slapped up.
Pretty much.
If Trunks didn't do as much as he did, they would have lost his match.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, even though they won this match, it's not looking good if they don't change things up.
Early Goku was looking really good.
Goku is looking amazing. He's going to be on my fantasy team.
Kibito's Secret Art, holy crap! That worked. All the solar flares, all the Kamehamehas that missed.
No, fantastic.
The melee,
the melee was great. Goku's a very all-around player now.
Yeah, it's not the problem in Shadow Dragon Warriors where it's just slap the power body and let him go like they did last season.
Yeah, so. Last year they didn't have an answer for how to use him, and now they do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd also like to point out exquisite skill on early Goku. Solar Flare is not a B2 that one would normally think that would benefit from it, but it does actually.
It benefits a lot.
Not the lock-on bit, but the amount of time that they stay stunned so you can do stuff to them.
It's great. Use it at the right time, and he can get a really nice combo out of it.
Yep.
Anyways.
DB Warriors still have Nom, and they still have Kid Goku, who did some pretty good stuff this preseason. So DB Warriors has a lot of potential.
Yeah, we should move on to the next match.
Yep, next match is King Cold versus Androids.
King Cold?
And
Cold? Just King Cold?
Surprised the hell out of me.
Just King Cold.
King Cold did outstanding.
Against perfect freaking Cell.
Perfect, and then...
Holy crap.
Yeah, no, he was fantastic. I was watching this, I watched the entirety of the matches this afternoon again, and I went back, because I only watched the first two before the stream lagged out on me, because my school's Wi-Fi isn't that fantastic since there's so many people on it. But I went and was doing homework, and I was watching the matches again, and when I got to this match, I was like, okay, I'm expecting Cell to take out King Cold, and then Frieza come out, and it's going to be a Cell-Frieza match. And we didn't even get that, because King Cold did outstanding.
He just slaughtered.
It was...
King Cold's shown how well of a meleeer he'll be this season. So
we almost got to see his ultimate, too, which we never get to see.
Oh, frickin' Cell blocked that ultimate.
I was like, okay, all you have to do, I knew he was about to use it. I had a feeling, and I was like, okay, all you got to do is throw one rush blast, and to just follow it. And then he didn't do anything, and it blocked, and I was.
Just in general, his build was, I think. Let me check what Cell's was, but their builds were pretty similar.
They were.
King Cold had attack +2, active heart, serious latent energy, quick fast attack, and Dende's healing, whereas Cell had attack +1, Dende's healing, combo mastering, detonation, launcher support. But that that water map was really hurting Cell ultimately.
Yeah, it was hurting Cell more than it was hurting King Cold, because King Cold didn't need to charge to do what he was doing.
Yeah. I mean, they both have a 2-bar spammable B2, but Cell just didn't do it.
So he used it once where it was really effective, and it brought King Cold down to yellow, but then King Cold just took it.
I think that was his perfect combination.
His super perfect.
Perfect.
There was he did his perfect combination, but then there was one when they were fighting underwater, they did the perfect combination, and then they went back underwater and they were up against Kame House, and then King Cold was in the middle of a combo and then got blocked out of it, and then he used the Death Beam and it hit him, and it took him down. It took him down pretty low in the yellow.
Yep.
And then Cell got defeated.
Destroyed. And then Ader came in, kicked some major ass.
Ader is a big surprise this season.
Yes.
He's much improved. Like, the androids were really good last season when Ader and 16 were both kind of just really solid characters, but not great. Now 16 is still the solid character he was last year, and if they can get him fixed, it's going to be insane. Which he did really well this week.
Yep.
But
power body.
Well,
yeah, it wasn't
16 at power body.
Yeah, it was 16 power body. But it's if they can get 16 to keep playing like it was, and then Ader has stepped up his game so much this preseason.
Yeah.
He's been one of their more solid characters. I mean, did we see Jiro at all? Maybe once.
Jiro was out this week.
Jiro, no, not this week, but the last 2 weeks, Jiro just slaughtered people.
Yeah. Well, I expected Jiro to be good, but you're looking at Ader and it's wow, this guy isn't supposed to be that good, but he is.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. He's great. So
and 16, who ended up being a pretty decent meleeer last season, is just kind of not doing it. I mean,
he's not.
Yeah.
Power Body helped him this week, but it's one of those.
Power Body gave him the
Power
win.
Body.
Power Body gave him that win, but it's
Power Body gave him that win.
But you're looking at it and it's okay, 16 has the potential to be better than he is right now, but he's still pretty solid. He's not bad.
He's not as bad as he was week 1.
Okay, well, week 1 is literally the lowest standard you can get.
True.
I'm talking about, this week he did fairly well, and he brought the game home.
I mean, the build is fantastic. That is the scariest build you could see on 16.
Build is outstanding. I want to see that build again. I want to see it again in the future.
Mm-hmm, just what? I have power body. I'm not fazed by your hits. Let me grab you and then hit you with this massive throw with so much damage.
Those grabs, and how that match ended was amazing.
Yeah.
It's he's going for another grab, and then you just Hell's Flash. It's fantastic. Although I think the only reason the androids won the only reason the androids won this match is because how well 17 did.
17
did. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And Ace from Cooler just didn't really do much.
Okay, Cooler didn't do much, but I wasn't expecting him to do much anyways. It was basically
Frieza didn't really do much either.
No,
he kind of did an ultimate transform and then just didn't really do anything.
He kind of threw out. If those Death Saucers would have hit, it would have been a different game. But
Yeah, but I mean, he has Final Form Frieza has Super +1, but he did a Barrage Death Beam for only 7K. I mean, this is Final Form frickin' Frieza here.
Yeah, it was.
What the hell?
It was insane. But
is he doing that thing where he doesn't want to boost his V2s anymore?
There's a lot of them that they're not boosting anymore.
Yeah. That could be horrible for them.
Yeah, that would be awful for especially Cold.
Yeah.
I'd say because 17 killed Frieza, he killed Cooler. He didn't kill Cold, did he? Ader killed Cold, right?
Yeah, Ader killed Cold with Ader's anger.
Yeah, okay, that's
the anger was more dangerous than Ader knock.
Yeah, and then Metacooler came in and lock-on busted, which was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He's
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's and Squee goes,
the move that never hits.
Yeah, it never hits, and it just annihilates him. He's Squee's and the androids actually have a lead, and then it's oh, well, what I meant to say was tie game. That was pretty good. So, I was pretty happy with how this match turned out. It was a good showing for both teams. King Cold did.
I think
King Cold did.
Was good. King Cold did amazing.
Yeah.
I don't like Cell. I don't know what you did to him or something, but I mean, Cell is supposed to be the team leader, and he is not performing.
I'd argue that I'd argue that 17 is the better character overall. But
that being said, I mean, we could be seeing this whole thing about they're toying around with Cell.
Oh, definitely. They have something. They have to have.
Hopefully, they have something because what I'm seeing, I'm not.
If they don't have something, it's
because this is not the Cell I expect to see in the main season.
If we see this Cell in the main season, they might be in trouble. It's purely because one of their best players from last season is like diminish.
Well,
Yeah.
Even so, I just think the rest of their team is going to. I mean, Joe's going to.
No.
I just think the rest of them is going to carry, even if Cell doesn't do as amazing.
I feel like they're still going to be great. They're easily a playoff team. They're that good. But it's like if Cell's off his game, that just makes it harder for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because last season Cell was good. Like,
Cell was.
Yeah, he was fantastic
Scary.
last.
Yeah, Cell was scary.
He was scary. Probably the most prepared for. Like, everybody was like, we got to prepare for Cell. But it's like if he takes a step back, even if he just takes one step back, that's still a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I just hope that the decisions that they make don't bite them in the butt, because I think they've been kind of slipping.
They've been slipping on Cell because they want to improve everybody else.
Cell's been kind of slipping. Their melee game, and you can't argue, their Android's melee game is weak.
Who's the Android's free agent?
Oh, that's General Blue. Yeah, that was one of their other mistakes. They didn't do anything with their free agent. So if Cell is broken, I mean, what, are you going to put in General Blue to fill in?
Well, yeah.
Hey.
I mean, to be fair, it is
he
General
is the worst.
I mean, does anybody ever expect anything out of him?
No.
I expect things.
We saw him once, and he got what? When they fought
He did
against
damage.
Earth, he got destroyed by Salza.
Hey, he did damage.
Destroyed by Salza.
He did like what, 17K?
Not even that.
If I remember correctly.
It's just like
He did like 15, I think.
Yeah.
I said I'm beating a dead horse, but I'm still disappointed that you didn't pick up the 19, and you're going to be regretting it. You know, the be running around loving that 19. You'll be like, ha, you should have picked him up.
I don't want to taunt them. Something bad might happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because I think the reason they didn't go for 19 is because I think there was like a stipulation where they couldn't use Eternal Life if they had Jiro and 19.
I think that.
Who's the one using Eternal Life right now? Because I don't see anybody on their team using Eternal Life.
Not right now, but I'm pretty sure. I would not be surprised if they put it on Cell, on his old build, or hell, I would put it on Ader. Give him Super +1, Eternal Life, something like that, and just unleash him.
I want to see. I want to see that.
Something with it, because just Jiro and 19, especially the work that 19's been putting on for the Earth Defenders. Like, come on,
yes,
come on.
Extremely.
Yeah, that would be something I would sacrifice Eternal Life for. Honestly, I would.
I'm loving 19 right now. Creepy clown white guy. Welcome to the team.
Anything else though?
No.
Anything else? There's one thing I want to mention.
Okay.
Is that Metacooler is one of the characters who can punch through Power Body easier. He can't completely punch through it, but if you watch the match, he instead of taking 5 hits to punch through, it took him like 3.
Still, those 3 hits, and then he got grabbed.
It's still effective against him, and I think without it, I think Metacooler would have done a lot better, but
I still think he might get benched.
Maybe.
So, he might.
I think
if I had to pinch...
King Cold's going to stay. Frieza's, of course,
it's
going to
stay. It's going to be King Cold, Frieza, Mecha... or whatever.
Yeah, Mecha Frieza. And probably Zengia.
I think it depends on really which form of Cooler they do, because I think at the moment Metacooler is stronger than Cooler.
No, if it's normal Cooler, then bench Cooler. But if it's like Metacooler, or if it's another form Cooler, then use that. I don't know. I don't care. No matter what, Cooler is their weakest character. Both Coolers are their weakest characters.
That's kind of sad.
So
yeah, considering I like Cooler better than almost the rest of the team.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway,
anything else or next match?
No, we can go to the next match.
All right, next match we have Super Saiyans versus Ginyu.
Oh boy, can we not talk about this one? I don't want to talk about this one.
I don't want to talk about this one, man.
Nothing more, I guess. No, I mean, Trunks started out doing a really good melee game against Ginyu. I mean, Ginyu couldn't do much, but Ginyu decided...
Ginyu comes from behind!
Mm-hmm.
He grabbed Trunks out of a burning breaker. Yep. That was awesome.
That was pretty cool.
He's just like, and then sidestep. I got you now. What are you going to do? Crap. I mean, he does a nice 8K combo. Trunks go beefy. Ginyu don't give a shit.
Ginyu just destroyed him after that.
Ginyu has his ups and he has his downs, and it just drives me crazy how... Just Ginyu. What the heck, man?
I want him to be good.
Or are you bad?
I want him to be good. I really want Ginyu to do well. Like, if any team does better than they did last season, I want it to be Ginyu. But, like...
better than Ginyu.
Like...
I mean, jeez. I think everybody wants Ginyu to win.
I mean, what? For Ginyu to be better than they did last season, they got to get, 2 wins?
Yeah, shush. Anyways, like, I just don't like because Ginyu just like tugs at my heartstrings, and he's like, "Oh, I can be really bad, but then I do really well, and I want you to love me, but I don't." And I just get really depressed.
I don't like what they're doing with Birder.
I don't like what they're doing with Birder. I don't like what they're doing with Birder.
I like the potential of it. It's not working out.
It's not. I don't think it's Super +2, and it's like he's not throwing B2, and then his melee he hits quick, but he doesn't hit hard.
Yeah, I want them to go with what works on him. Like that, they're trying the new things is cool, especially since it's preseason. But don't try that during like the regular season. That was just like.
I mean, Birder has the potential to be scary. I mean, he had some good melee. He was dodgy, but then again, he ended up being against Goku, and Goku, I'm sorry, is going to beat a lot of people in melee this season.
I am so glad I put Goku on my fantasy team.
Fantasy League!
I'm putting him on my fantasy team too?
I think it's totally worth the points. I was like, give me that Goku. I know he's going to do well. I think that they finally ironed out the Goku, and he's not that problem.
Both Gokus are doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Most Gokus are doing well.
Yeah, every Goku change, and they're just like, yeah, Goku's not crap anymore.
Every Goku is doing well this season.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one.
Bad Goku.
There's no bad Gokus. We've done it.
I mean, even when GG Goku derped out because we put the wrong AI on him or a different AI on him, he's still taking his man, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, jeez him. But then, the evil, horrible, disgusting color change of Jace came in. His interrupted, did nothing, tagged.
I don't like him. Get him out. I want regular Jace back.
What happened to Jace? Like, and once again, another one of those characters. It really seems like the B-Tours. The B-Tours are really hurt by this difficulty change.
It's not. Yes, B-Tours were a little hurt. Yeah, but it's like they're trying to like some different stuff. It's not like the Jace we know.
I mean, his build kind of looks like previous Jace. T+1 light body, quick fast attack, dragon spirit, fighting spirit, indignation.
Yeah, but I don't know.
That looks like regular Jace.
But, I mean, the main problem I've noticed is that he's not boosting his B2s. He's not spamming as much as he did, but even when he does his B2s, he's not boosting them. Last week, I mean, he had Super +1 and his Crusher Ball, or...
No, it's Full Power Energy Wave.
Full Power Energy Wave did, 6k with Super +1?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, Jiro had Defense +2, but that was bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Because he's not boosting, he's not doing anything, and he's not throwing out the B2s to warrant him being a B2er. And
I mean, he did better on his melee build than he did almost the rest of the season, and that's...
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, he was doing a melee against Oob, but you put him back on his B2 build, and he's not doing anything. I don't know where you want to go with it.
I mean, if Birder becomes a super character, and Raccoon stays the defense character, and Zarbon becomes another super spam melee character, whatever. I mean, Zarbon could do frickin' whatever he wants.
Zarbon's a B2 character, and he's been doing it.
Zarbon's been good.
Zarbon's a nice blend of pretty much everything.
Yeah, Super +1, Power of Rage, Master Throw, slamming you down on the ground, Savior, Fighting Spirit, Indignation.
He tried this week. He did everything he could to bring it back, but then it was just too much.
It was just too much. The Super Saiyans, the difficulty change hasn't changed Super Saiyans. We're just seeing that Gotenks Boo still on the bench. I'm not even sure if they're even going to touch the free agent.
I would love to see Gotenks Boo, personally, just because I like Gotenks Boo, and I'm sure you do too, because Gotenks Boo. But who is he going to... I mean, at this point, he could probably replace Gohan if Gohan doesn't stay consistent, and he could probably replace...
Gohan's been... I think they got Gohan.
Adult Trunks, because I'm as much as I love Ginyu, Trunks being handled by Ginyu is not where they want to be right now.
Mm-hmm.
For some fans. I mean, they could bench Adult Trunks unless they find something solid for him for Gotenks Boo.
They were trying him more of a spam build, and he wasn't spamming, so they kind of put him on a melee build this week, and he just kind of got handled by Ginyu. Doesn't good. Adult Gohan's been fine. Mid Vegeta is mid Vegeta. I don't know. I'd say at this point in the Super Saiyans, if there's one person that you just cannot, there's just nothing to really talk about, it's mid Vegeta. It's just he's on the team, but what's he do?
Yeah, I know about having trouble. He wanted a test for mid Vegeta.
Yeah.
Or something like that, and he didn't get the test information. He doesn't know what to do with him. So, I mean, you never know. Mid Vegeta could go on the bench, but it's a frickin' Vegeta.
Yeah, that's true. It's a freaking Vegeta, and I mean, we can't say much about our mid Vegeta either. Yeah,
He kind of handled this week too, didn't he?
Yeah, it's like ironic that Super Saiyans picked up the Gotenks Boo, and we're like, well, fine, we'll pick up Vegeta then. And I'm not sure if either
traded characters.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we really see either team because before we were forced to get rid of Gotenks Boo because of the difficulty chain, we were already struggling with him. We were like, we can't get him to spam. He won't do any B2s. And me and Scotty were even talking about going back to Gohan Boo. So the decision was made for us. And as soon as Super Saiyan picked up Gotenks Boo, I was like, no, I'm going to watch every single test video they did with Gotenks Boo, see if he spams. And he just doesn't. They give him Q+2, they give him everything, and he just doesn't do it. And it's no surprise that it seems like their free agent might be the weakest link.
Yeah.
But then again, it is the Super Saiyan, so it's not entirely that surprising.
Does it matter if the Super Saiyans have a weak free agent?
No.
No.
Exactly. Who was their free agent again?
Gotenks Boo.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's their weakest agent.
Yeah,
I could probably have to say for the same thing for the Boos.
And they can't use Eternal Life when he's in, so they might keep him out just for that.
I'd keep him out. Like, if you got, do tests with him and stuff, but...
Oh, definitely test with him. I mean, because he can be an amazing character.
Yeah, to, test with him in case you need him. But, other than that, don't worry about him.
Oh, yeah, test with him. Go ahead and suggest testing when we're at the end of the off-season already. So.
You shut your mouth.
I would like to note that N Goku went Super Saiyan 3.
I would like to note that as soon as that happened, he got destroyed like normal.
Yeah.
He got killed by wild pressure, if I remember correctly, right?
Yep, he got headbutted to death.
He went bang, bang.
I mean,
bang.
he did he also transformed and then got smashed.
That's probably going to continue happening.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately,
which I want to. I like
seeing
seeing that happen, but not him getting destroyed. I like seeing him transform to Super Saiyan 3. I'd like to see more of it.
Yeah.
But
I like Super Saiyan 3 in general. I mean,
yeah, Super Saiyan 3 is awesome, but
I'm a Rugrat. We have Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku.
Yeah, but it's if it doesn't happen, I mean, whatever. He's still a super solid character.
Yeah. I mean, even Super Saiyan 2 is pretty damn solid, too.
No, Super Saiyan 2 is great, but it's if he can go Super Saiyan 3 and not get destroyed, once, that'd be great. I want it to be in the they make it to the Tenkaichi Bowl, and then he just goes Super Saiyan 3 and sweeps the whole team. He's like, this is not happening again! And just, destroys everyone. Dragon Fists. Dragon Fists left and right. He's just, throwing Dragon Fists out, Super Kamehamehas, freaking hitting with all the explosive waves. He just destroys, an entire team by himself. So.
But, Ginyu's looking okay. They have a potential to get out of South Kai, but there's still some holes, and that's the problem. It seems like they're permanently Goldo's on the bench, Goldo's there. Which means that the free agent Zarbon's in, and Zarbon's arguably the best character on Ginyu.
At this point, yes.
I've just got
Jace is shaky, Berta is shaky, Ginyu is shaky, and that's not good. That is not good.
Not good.
We saw Raccoon against Boo's where he got his butt handed to him by Gohan Boo, so I don't know where to really place him.
The Raccoon, all of them except for Goldo are super shaky. They can be good or bad.
And Goldo's just horrible.
And
Goldo's out. So,
I'm just saying. If Goldo doesn't play, Goldo 100% sweep hype is still real because he's not going to lose.
So while I am happy that you have a great free agent in Zarbon, he can't do everything. As we clearly saw from this fight against Super Sense, he can't do everything. So you need to get that Jace working, that Berta working, that Ginyu working, make them consistent, and then you have something. But
I'd like to
Zarbon himself, he can't do it.
Which form do you think Zarbon's more powerful in, base form or monster?
I think he's better in base form to start out, but I like how he transforms into monster. And then
yeah, I agree. I like the base form, but
base form does really well for some matchups, and then whenever he goes into monster, he always gets a lot more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really good two-way streak. I like how they start him, and they need to start. I think during the season they need to start him as base form. Unless they just want him to go full offensive,
super ham all the time, which is honestly that's kind of the way I go. I mean, if you have a character who, I mean, he doesn't get any health from his transformation. I don't think he even gets ki.
He doesn't. Well, I think he might get a little bit of ki.
Little bit, but I mean, if you have a subpar character, and then he transforms into a superior character, I don't see a reason to keep him in base form. I mean, the only reason, in my opinion, to keep him in base form is if he spams with his max power B1, and then transforms, and then kicks ass. But he hasn't done that, and I don't think they're going to do that with him.
I think it's just because of the B2s. Maybe they don't like his ultimates kind of grab and His V2s aren't the best in his monster form, so maybe they want to just stick with like the elegant blaster and stuff like that to start off with. But I see where you're coming from.
I just think he's done better.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see if they actually just go full on monster form. I mean, I made the banner for them, and they requested both forms of Zarbon on there, so
cool.
maybe they'll just
that means
stick
they're probably
with
going
base
to rotate it in and out. Like, you know,
I thought once you stick with the form for the base,
I don't know that. Whatever. Cool.
Yeah. I think
once you start in a form, you stay in that form.
Okay, cool. This is whatever thing.
I guess we'll find out in this upcoming week.
Yeah.
So, anything else?
Not really. But before we actually, this is the end of this match. But before we actually move on into predictions, I have question for it. So right. I know we're not doing a whole predictions matchup, but if Ginyu and if what we predict and Ginyu and Namek both move out of South Kai, I'm not counting Derp because we don't know how they're going to do yet. But or if let's say Ginyu or Derp, and then we know the Nameks are out of South Kai.
Mm-hmm.
If they get out, who's going to be back in?
Yes. Who's going to be in? Who's going to replace them in those two spots in South Kai? I'm not saying the other two will stay in South Kai, but I'm just saying hypothetically, the two of them move out.
I think we should probably leave that for another discussion because I think we'll do like a special what do we suspect of this season thing, and I think that should probably include where do we think rankings could end up being.
Okay, that's fair.
So, on to predictions.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Sure.
Next week, where will be week 1, where things actually do start mattering.
Yeah. Records start counting.
It's the real deal, boys.
Time for the big leagues to start.
Match 1, we've got Namek versus Super Saiyans.
Namek. I'm pulling Namek.
Ooh, okay. Explain why you think Namek.
I think they're on a hot streak right now. I mean, Super Saiyans are too, obviously, after manhandling Ginyu for the most part. But I just think Namek have such momentum and such confidence in themselves for preparing for this week. They kind of know what the Super Saiyans are going to do. Not specifically, but each character, they kind of know how they're going to fit into a role. And I just think that the Nameks are going to overwhelm them with just the sheer diversity of their lineup.
Okay.
So.
That's a tough one. That really is. Oh my god, I probably have to say Namek as well, just because they're kind of like a counter team to Super Saiyans. Super Saiyans have a lot of B2ers that are spammy, while Namek has a lot of defense players. Defense counter spam, and they also have the good melee as well.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see what they pull in against the Super Saiyans. And Super Saiyans, I think they might actually underestimate Namek, maybe set out one of their best players and having it biting them in the butt because Namek is much better than they anticipate them to be. So I hope Namek will win.
I want to see what I'm really excited for is I want to see how if they try and hard counter anybody. I want to see if Namek tries to hard counter anybody. So that'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting.
All right, you mentioned what you think.
I'm gonna say the opposite. I'm gonna say Super Saiyans, and it is a really hard choice. And the fact that the Namekians are, I would say, on par with and even with the Super Saiyans is a really impressive thing from the Namekians. So good job of you guys. I just think N Goku and N Vegeta are going to steal the show. I think. And Goku's melee is probably better than anyone's on the Namekians at this point. I think and Vegeta's spam is better than anyone on the Namekians at this point. And whoever else they have in, whether it's Gohan might drop the ball a little bit. Yeah. I mean, he might not if he decides to be 2. I mean, that could be dangerous. Mid Vegeta, whatever he ends up doing, whoever's in, I think, is generally going to top with them. I mean, Namekians are going to be solid and consistent. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about that. I just think Super Saiyans are going to clutch this one.
Yep.
It'll be a close fight, but that's what I think.
Yeah, and I think it all depends on if the Super Saiyan players all come to play, and then if Namek can hard counter somebody. If Namek can just shut down somebody, I think they can win easily.
All right. So next match is Majins versus Androids. This is going to be on the Androids map. I thought I'd point that out because water map.
It wouldn't have mattered to me. I'm still thinking Androids.
No, yeah. Go ahead. Explain why.
not to diss on Majins like at all, because I don't think they're gonna be a weak team. I just feel like the androids have, going off of last week's win, they have such a just like I said with Namix, they have confidence going in straight up. They've got they've got a couple of the best characters in the league. Hopefully they can fix Cell, like they have a build for Cell if they use him this week. I just think that they're going to end up pulling it out, whether it's going to be a close game or if one of the characters on androids just go off, because there's always the potential for that to happen.
Yeah, I also think androids, they're just more consistent. Like Majins, you've been struggling, and while I've seen a little bit up and down also on the android side, they just have much more consistent characters. 17's doing his job, Jiro's doing his job, and Ader's doing his job, and Cell's a little bit shaky, but he's doing much better. He can't do any worse than Baby Vegeta. And so I'm not even sure if you guys are even going to put Baby Vegeta in. We haven't seen much from Bobby. It's just a lot of holes in Majin's team. And starting off week 1 against androids, it's not good from what we've seen from the preseason.
Yeah, I'm also going to concur. I think androids. I don't want to shit on anybody in Majins, but they're not the scariest at this point. I mean, Maju isn't the scariest. Spopovich can try, but I think he's ultimately going to be overwhelmed. Majin Vegeta's shaky at best. I think they're going to be overpowered. I mean, regardless of whether Baby Vegeta's in or not, I just think... I mean, who haven't we seen from Majins? It was...
Deborah.
We saw Deborah 1 week in week 1 against
If anybody's going to do something, it's going to be Spopovich and Deborah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bobby might try to pull something, but I think...
Bobby might try and do something like kind of what he did towards the end of last season.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
I understand. And then, if they can fix Maju.
Yeah, but at the moment, that's an if.
Yeah, that's a big if. That's a really, really
if Maju spams, I could see it being an extremely close fight, but at the moment, I think androids are going to overpower.
Androids. All right, so undisputed androids.
Next match, Ginyu versus Saiyans at the Saiyans home.
I'm going to give the nod to the Saiyans on this one.
You want to explain?
Yeah, specifically because I don't have any... After this week, I really don't have any trust in Ginyu's consistency, other than with Zarbon. But, even then, Zarbon didn't really do as well as he could have done. I just don't think they're going to be able to have the consistency during the first week that they're going to have to pull themselves out of South Kai.
I mean, you said it great. I mean, Sans, they're a little bit shaky too, but they just have a lot more consistent characters.
They have a lot more to offer.
They do. They really do. And I already said it. Zarbon, you can't carry it by himself. And this is the first week. There's no way that in 1 week you're going to be able to possibly make sure Ginyu's consistent. Arnell, Jason, Berter, I don't know. Well, Sans,
They always have Bardock and they always have Vegetas.
Yeah, they always have Barks and they always have Vegeta.
And they have 2 Vegetas.
That's scary enough.
They have 2 actual Vegetas and then King Vegeta. So.
Hopefully Ginyu can have the melee game, but then you're also looking at Turles and Raditz. You also have the melee game, and it's just not looking good. You have King, who and we already seen and know what King Vegeta can do. So, I'm going to have to give it to the Sans. They just seem stronger and consistent compared to Ginyu right now.
Yeah, I mean, Ginyu's looking a lot stronger, but we still don't really know what we can expect from them. I'm going to say Saiyans as well. I know Saiyans. As a good friend of GM, I know kind of how he thinks. I know even though nobody's going to have any idea what anybody's going to do for week 1 because this is all the testing. He can't really use this, but I know he's going to try his best to counter, and I know Wolf's probably going to do the same thing, but I think Saiyans at the moment are just generally more consistent. I mean, even when they're testing, I think they're pretty solid. So, I mean, okay, they may not use their best team because Ginyu, I'm sorry, they're going to be underestimated, but...
Oh, they're definitely going to be underestimated. The only way I think Ginyu can actually pull this out is if Berter plays amazing. Because I don't have any...
Yeah, Berter, Raccoon...
I don't think we can rely on Raccoon for anything. But, if he does play well, sure. But I don't think they're going to be able to fix Jace by next week, or this week.
No.
I think it's going to be up to Berter, if Berter can rebound, and if Zarbon can keep doing what he's doing, and maybe if Ginyu does well. So it's
but
going
to even then, someone would have to have an amazing performance.
I think it's going to fall. I think Zarbon's going to do really well, but I think it's going to fall on Birder. I think Birder's going to have to be the man who pulls them out of this.
Yeah. It depends on counters. I mean, I think Saiyans are going to try to counter, but if Saiyans get hard countered, if say like Raditz or Turles gets hard countered by Zarbon, it's possible.
It is very possible. You're right. I'm not counting Ginyu out of it. I'm just saying that it's going to be.
Yeah, Saiyans have the advantage.
Saiyans have the clear advantage here.
All right, so that's all for Saiyans.
All right, next match 4, Cold versus Booze at the Booze home map.
I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on who's going to win this one straight up. If I had to pick just based on who I think could play and who I think is more consistent at the moment, I'd probably I'm gonna do it this way. I'm not gonna pick a clear winner. I'm gonna give scenarios. I'm gonna say if Cold benches both coolers, then they win, because I think the Friezas will be able to pull it out. And if King Cold can repeat a performance like last week, then they have a win. I will say if they don't, then the Booze will win, because I don't trust any of the coolers.
Yeah, true.
All right, Dimension, what do you think?
I'm going to go next because you go last. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say conditions, but I'm going to say a different condition. I'm going to say if Booze can handle Mecha Frieza, then Booze win.
That's a very good condition.
If they don't, then Cold has a huge advantage because of Mecha Frieza.
That's basically the entire thing. It's like if anybody who plays the Cold can handle one of the Friezas, specifically Mecha Frieza.
At this point, Mecha Frieza.
Yeah. The other Frieza's been inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen, I think, 1 week of Final Form Frieza, and he wasn't that impressive.
No, he was okay.
We don't know.
Yeah,
but
if a team can handle Mecha Frieza, then I think they always have a great chance of winning.
Yeah, I mean, Cold, they are scary, but a lot of the reason they're scary is because of...
I think Mecha Frieza is the only reason that entire team is scary. Like, any of them can go off any time. That's for any team. But Mecha Frieza is the most consistent person on that team, and he's always the most terrifying.
Well, he was only in 1 week. So that's preseason. He's super consistent. He just has potential out the wazoo.
Yeah, I'm talking about like last season too.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can't entirely.
I'm not going to base it off of last season. I'm saying if we have a repeat season, like he's terrifying.
Right, so Yubel?
I'm gonna have to give it to Booze. Once again, it comes down to Mecha Frieza. If Mecha Frieza throws freaking 20 supernovas, it's over, obviously. But
I want to see that happen.
I think if he throws and connects with 3, I'm sorry.
yeah, exactly.
20 is
and I hate, and that's one thing that I hate about Cold is that it's such a freaking coin flip. You get lucky and Cold doesn't really do anything to you, like with their fight against the Earth Defenders in the preseason. Yeah. Or you get unlucky, you're sand, and you get destroyed by supernovas. And I don't like that Cold does that. It's just how their team is.
It's very inconsistent, but very dangerous.
Yeah. So as long as Mecha Frieza doesn't do too much, I would have to give it to the Booze. While I do like your Zangia and your King Cold. I mean, melee-wise, come on, we have Oob and Gohan Boo, and they have definitely been stepping up in the melee game. Even Evil Boo has been putting in that work. Kid Boo, of course, and Majin Buu. It just seems like everybody on the team is much more consistent. So, of course, it comes down to how much work Mecha Frieza can put in, and what are you doing with Frieza? Because you tried the third form, that didn't really work. You tried the final form, that didn't really work. So, I would not be surprised if we see week 1 Frieza is back in first form, just on a defense build. I don't know.
Sure,
so,
why not?
It depends on what they do with Frieza and Mecha Frieza, but I definitely think King Cold's going to be in, Zenya's going to be in, and the 2 Frieza. I think both the Colds are good. Both the Meta Coolers are both the Coolers are going to be out, and I think that with hopefully Booze bring a good counter and good to the table, dodge them supernovas. Hopefully they don't go off too much spam, and we take it.
Gotcha.
All right. So next match is Derp versus Gohans at the Gohans map. Which is what exactly? What is the Gohan map?
Gohan map, that's Mount Paozu.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, ooh.
That's Mount Derp.
Yeah.
Mounts, let me eat this B2.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat all your V2s. I really want to go Derp. I really do, but at the same time, I'm gonna go Gohans. Obviously, I was on Gohans like last season, and that the team is like completely. It isn't completely different, but it's quite a bit different than when I left in the off season. Well, left is a relative term considering I didn't know I was not on that team anymore. But I'm gonna give it to them purely because they have so many characters. Well, not so many. I guess I'm gonna give it to them purely because of Ultimate Gohan and Teen Gohan, which I don't. They're probably not gonna play Teen or Ultimate, one of the two. Probably Teen this week against Derp because obviously it's Derp. They want to rest one of their best players, and I don't blame.
Bench, yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame them for doing that. Especially since even though Derp is improved, they're still not, like, they haven't proven themselves. So, I feel like Gohans are going... I feel like, in my opinion, Gohans are going to win this as long as Ultimate Gohan does what he normally does. But if Derp can win this, it will set the tone for a very good season. Because this is already a very tough opponent first week.
Yep.
So, if they can prove themselves against... if they can prove themselves as the underdogs by beating Teen Gohan or Ultimate Gohan less team like the Gohans, then they set themselves up for success this season.
Mm-hmm. I'm also going to have to say the Gohans. I mean, Teen's probably going to be out. Teen's out.
I guarantee. I'm like 95% sure it's going to be Teen and not Ultimate.
Teen is out.
There are a lot.
Ultimate's in.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to bench Ultimate or put him on a free agent.
No.
Bojack, definitely not.
What I think is going to happen is that they're going to bench Teen this week because there are a lot more teens. There are a lot more teams. There are a lot more teams that can prepare for Ultimate than can Teen Gohan.
Mm-hmm.
Teen Gohan can be a lot more unpredictable than Ultimate Gohan.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say unpredictable. I'd say hard to counter.
Same, whatever.
Ultimate Gohan's going to be in. Kid should be in. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if they're going to use Bojack, but I don't know.
I think
either it's going to be Future Gohan or Bojack, and that's fine. And
Sandman.
And Sandman.
It's a toss up. It's a toss up between.
I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if Derp is going to bring everything to the table.
They should.
Are they going to bring the Supreme Kai, the Salsa, the Goku, and all of that? You know, I mean, they only have so many uses of cards for their best team.
Yeah,
and it isn't even a divisional match, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe like QE and players that aren't the top of Derp.
No, I would say that if Derp really wants to set the tone for the season, I'd bring the best. Like, I would bring the guys that I think are going to win me a game and set the tone for the season that they want to change themselves. I feel like they should bring Supreme Kai, Goku, Salsa, and if they want to bring like one of their weaker guys and like keep Devilman on the bench or something, because we know Herc's going to be the free agent. But if they want to keep one of their stronger guys out and try and win with three of their best guys, then by all means, go for it. But I think they should bring Devilman, Goku, Supreme Kai, and Salsa, and just go all out and try and win.
Which means they would have to have QE in the next week against Cold.
Yeah. I mean, so?
That's not horrible.
I think they have...
if they can get that, that's not horrible.
Yeah, I know. I think Kui has a better, more use against Cold than does Gohan.
Okay.
So...
What do you think, man?
I'm actually going to say I think Dirk could win this one.
There we go.
I mean, again, on the caveat that Teen Gohan is benched, which I think is a very strong possibility that is going to be the case.
Yeah.
I think if Teen Gohan is benched, and Goku does what he does, or what he has the extreme potential to do, I think that Derp can bring it out. I mean, like you said, you know, Goku, Salza, Supreme Kai. The difference is, I think Devilman would be more useful against Cold than against Gohan's. And not because of his ultimate. That has nothing to do with it, even though it might help. That has nothing to do with it. I just think I think Devilman is more... I think the Gohans would out-melee Devilman as opposed to out-meleeing Kui. So I think Kui would probably be better to be in this week against Gohan.
I can see where you're coming.
So that's my thoughts.
Okay.
And because other than Teen and Ultimate, they've got Bojack, who, I'm sorry, isn't the scariest at the moment. They've got Saiyan, who isn't the scariest. They've got Future Gohan, who isn't the scariest. And they've got Kid, who, can do some shit. But I think Derp, if they bring mostly their A game, and they do this intelligently, I think Derp can bring this out.
Fair.
Okay.
So, next match is Muscles versus Blade, which is in hell.
But, all right, go ahead. After you.
I'm very interested in this match.
Let's see. This is another one that I really don't care who comes out on top, but I'm gonna pull Muscle. Strictly for, I don't like. There's not any real reason for me pulling Muscle. I like Muscle more than I like Blades. Like I'm gonna pull a Muscle. I want to see Roshi do really well. I want to see I just want to see Muscle do well. Like they have all the pieces to do well. I mean,
It's not who you want to see. It's who you think.
I still think that Muscle's gonna win. Like I'm saying, I don't have an opinion on why. Like I don't have a straight strategy to how they will win. I think it's just gonna be a slugfest. Like I think it's gonna be who can outlast the other team. I think it's gonna be there's gonna be one player for each team that's gonna step up, and whoever steps up more is gonna win the game. Like there's not any specific characters. Like I can think maybe if Janemba does well, or if Janemba does well for the if Janemba whatever. If Janemba,
no. I'm saying I don't expect much from Janemba.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like if somebody that you don't expect much from steps up, or if say Cyborg Tao just goes insane, which is possible, always possible. Like, and then on the opposite side, what if what if Roshi goes off, which isn't very likely, but you know what I mean? Like this is a toss up. It can go either way. This is one of the one matches that there's no real leaning either way, unless you believe the Blades are still as strong as they were last season, which I don't.
It's a tough one. It really is. It's just two inconsistent teams that are just really rolling the dice and seeing who wins. This is difficult. This really is. I may have to give it maybe just a slight favor of the Blades, just because their melee game seems it's at some point. With Trunks and Cyborg Tao, there's at least those two are still there. Well, Muscle, I mean, what, Super Boo?
Okay. So
Garlic,
I see where you're coming from specifically with that. Like if I was going cautiously, I would definitely go Blades because they have characters who are more that are still there. Yeah, like what you said. But it's just so close for me that I'm going to go the opposite.
I mean, not to be offensive, but who is good on Muscle?
Exactly.
Like what, Broly?
Garlic and potentially Broly, yes.
Yeah, okay, what did Garlic do? I think we saw him.
Garlic is doing some pretty damn good B2 game.
Didn't they have him on a melee build? I mean, I think you might be thinking of Miners, but
maybe. No. But I don't know what build they had him on. I just remember that when he was out, he did work through B2s.
Oh he was on melee, but then as soon as he would melee them away, he'd use Darkness Eye Beam, consistently and destroy them with it. He was hitting. I
honestly think that he did more damage with his B2s this offseason than he did through melee.
He did.
And if I had Garlic Jr. as my free agent on my team, you freaking jerks, I would put Garlic Jr. on a B2 build.
Just Roshi's meh. Super Boo's meh. 13 is still looking a little bit inconsistent.
If 13 does work, that's who I'm going to pick for if he does work. Then
Nappa is meh. There's just so many meh.
Optimism.
Trunks. I mean, Trunks is still there. Cyborg Tao is still there. Yajirobe is still there. It's just Tapion and Jane. They're looking kind of inconsistent. So maybe I'm not even sure if those two will even be in if they are. I know they're not going to bring in their free agent Chi-Chi, of course, but I think three out of the four on the Blades will be strong enough to take out the shakiness of Muscle.
This is a fight between potential versus consistency. I think Muscle has the higher potential, But at the moment, Blades have more consistency.
Okay.
Because...
Not
Not nearly enough.
A whole bunch. But the way I see it is it's basically going to be Broly and Garlic Jr. versus Cyborg Tao and Sword Trunks. I mean, if Android 13 comes in and does this thing, and if Yajirobe comes in and does this thing, it's a whole bunch of ifs. But right now, I'd put more stock in the slight... the Blade's consistency isn't that... It's not a super good consistency, but I would say I would generally go consistency over potential at this point.
Okay.
Because I'm sorry, I don't see much strength in Roshi, no matter what form he's in. I don't. Nappa is... He's doing well. He did well. If they keep him on Halo, I don't think he's going to keep doing well. And he didn't... I think he didn't get a good showing because he got hit by, an ultimate or two this week. I think that might skew results or what they do. So I seriously think it's going to be Garlic Jr. and Broly versus Tao and Sword Trunks. I think Tao and Sword Trunks at this moment have it.
Okay.
So... And the fact that Janemba can completely punch through Legendary Super Saiyan Broly if he's in.
Yep.
So, I'm going to give it to the Blades. Alright, so next match. Woo! Valkyries versus Rugrats, not on the water map.
Hooray!
Alright, go ahead. What do you think?
I'm going to last.
Yeah, he's going last.
No.
Oh, me! My opinion time.
Who cares? Next.
Oh, well, I guess I'm tagging out. Goodbye, friends.
No, go on.
I'm gonna go Rugrats. I don't like the Vals this season.
Shots fired!
Well, they just haven't given me anything to go off of, that I'm gonna enjoy watching their matches. It's they've been fine. They've shown glimpses. They haven't lost, more than I thought they were. They haven't won more than I thought they were going to. It's just they haven't shown me anything to show that they can pull anything that I'm not expecting. The Rugrats, obviously, props to you, Dime, for what they've done.
Thank you.
This offseason. Even if they haven't won, they've shown that that you guys have wanted to get better and to improve on builds that you already have. You've shown some ingenuity. I've enjoyed watching the changes. So I'm going to give it to you guys because I think... obviously, if they bring their A game, if they want to do whatever, it's freaking. They've got Fasha, they've got Aurelie, whatever her name is, and then they've got who else was I thinking of?
18.
Yeah, 18. That person. They've got those three, and those three are always going to be solid. But Fasha's been getting beat a lot in the preseason. Given that it is the preseason, 18's going to do good, and Aurelie's going to do good. But it's even then, if you guys bring characters specifically for the builds that you know that they can bring, which might happen, might not happen, who knows? But I just feel like the Rugrats are going to be able to pull it out in the long run. If it gets into a slugfest, I think the Rugrats can pull it out. Which is odd saying that since they're children. But
when in doubt, spit out.
Yeah, sure. When in doubt, fetal position.
I'm also going to have to say Rugrats. They just seem like a stronger, more consistent team, and they have an out to their shakiness. What I think makes Rugrats a very interesting wild card. Goten's been kind of shaky, Trunks has been kind of shaky, but it seems like whenever they go into Gotenks, the party gets started. Mm-hmm. And I really do hope that they actually bring Gotenks against the Vals. I think it'd be interesting. And I'm not sure how hungry Vals are going to be for that first W, if they're going to bring the team, Are they going to pull the Aurelie, the Fasha, the 18, and, whoever else? Because, really, who else is left? The free agent, Trunks has been kind of shaky.
Yeah.
Vidal's been bad, and Pan is Pan. So, are you going to be the best three?
I will give props to Pan. She's shown things.
I'm not saying Pan is bad.
No, I'm not saying she's bad, but I'm saying she's shown more things this preseason, than she did last season.
Yeah, at least she's not throwing power body, but it's still Pan.
But are Vals and Rugrats in the same division?
No.
Okay, then neither. I don't know about you, Dime, but the Vals are gonna not come into this with their best team.
So I'm just wondering how hungry they are for
that W. I'm debating.
You know, I think if they even set out even one of those people, 18, Aurelia, or Fasha, they're going to lose.
They're going to lose.
And
but like
that big of a factor, I just don't think. I mean, GT Goku can probably clean up in Melee. Cell Jr.'s a fine tank. Dodoria's doing Dodoria things.
Dodoria's being Dodoria.
Yeah, Dodoria's being Dodoria.
Which means something completely different this season than it did last season.
Very true. Dodoria's been a lot better this preseason, than he was last season.
And, I mean, speaking outside the team, I just think that this is actually a great time for Rugrats just to confirm that Gotenks is the thing that they want to do. Yep. This is a great fight. It's probably not going to be the hardest match. And, as I say, it's just from what we've seen, Goten, shaky. Trunks, shaky. So, fuse them together, both performances, both against the Super Saiyans and against Blades, Gotenks was phenomenal. So if you could take two shaky characters and make them into one phenomenal, awesome character, that's just a wild card that I think should be played for Rugrats this fight.
Well, in my opinion, I honestly... I think knowing what Daxter's been through in this offseason, I think he's going to be extremely hungry for that win. I think he's going to come out swinging. I think he wants to prove a point.
That is also true. And we never took into the fact like him himself. Like
I think he definitely wants to make his mark in this league, and I think he's going to be going 100% full force. Whether that bites him in the ass later on down the line, I don't think it really matters.
I don't think he's looking long term. I think he's looking to win now.
I think he wants to come out swinging, and I think he wants that early win. I think he wants to prove a point. That being said, I don't think the Valkyries have the consistency. They have the power, and if they rein that power in to make it consistent, I think there could definitely be potentially a North Kai contender. I definitely think that.
Like they were last season.
Like they were. Last season they were West Kai.
Well, not last season, the season before.
Right, season before. But
details.
But I think if they can bring that in, they'll be North Kai contenders. But at the moment, I don't think they're consistent. Fasha, I'm sorry, in off-season testing has been beaten by Kui, and then go and then retest, and all of a sudden Fasha beats Kui. Yes, they're strong. Yes, they're powerful. Yes, they're scary. Are they consistent? No. If one of their powerful characters derps, which is entirely possible,
they lose.
I think. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, even if they bring their A game, I just think we are the.
More
I
prepared.
think character for character, we can beat them.
Yep. Okay. Fair.
All right. Next match is where'd it go? I lost it. There it is. Aha! Earth Defenders versus Dragon Ball Warriors on the Dragon Ball Warriors map.
All right. So I guess I'm first this time.
Yes.
I mean, Earth Defenders, North Kai team. Here comes the Nom. It might come down to how well Nom is, and I don't want to say it's Nom and friends, because, you know, like, oh, you're Kid Buu and friends. Like, no.
It's the nomenclature.
It's just, Dragon Ball Warriors, it's like, well, it's hard, it's difficult. Because what early Goku's been working on, that's Nom's Potara. So I'm not sure what you're going to do with Nom if Goku's on that, and then I'm not sure about Kid Goku. Pilaf is Your free agent's kind of as well. Tao is, once again, sharing the similar builds. It just seems like their melee game is strong, but their B2 game is weak. And even when they picked up the free agent of Adult Gohan, hoping to fix that B2 game, it just seems like he hasn't been really stepping up, especially with the fall of Pilaf. While Earth Defenders, I mean, Goku can do either or, and he's been doing fine on both. 19's been grab happy putting in that game. TN still, even if he's still on his defense build, he's one of the best defense players in the league. Chaozu will wombo combo the hell out of you with his quick melee. And,
that was awesome.
And Krillin is bald, so
he's gonna shine his light into your eyes.
Yeah, so I just think that player for player, team for team, I don't think that Earth Defenders is the team that Nom can just completely crush and take everybody. So I'm gonna have to give it to the Earth Defenders.
I'm gonna second that. I mean, if anyone can pull it out for Dragon Ball Warriors, it's going to be Nom and maybe, to an extent, Tao. I just think, with the exception of Nom, Dragon Ball Warriors hasn't been that exceptional, in my opinion. I mean, we haven't even seen Nom. We still technically don't know if Nam is still as good as he is. I mean, it's frickin' Nam. We highly expect him to be, but we still don't know.
Yeah,
And
they didn't use him all
what we've
preseason.
seen everything else, I mean, Kid Goku's solid in the melee, but I think Earth Defenders has almost anyone that can out melee that. Early Goku has the potential to melee and B2 and stun, but then again, so does Krillin, I suppose, to an extent. I mean, we haven't even seen Yamcha, I don't think.
No,
we saw him
once. We put him in once.
Did he do well? I don't remember.
He did okay.
Yeah.
He did okay.
I mean,
he didn't do great. Like he didn't come out. He wasn't out there that much. Like he
let Ginyu transform.
Yeah.
And Gohan. I mean, was it adult Gohan for different?
Yeah, adult Gohan.
Yeah, adult Gohan. If he spams, he can do stuff. But again, I think there are better spammers on ED, Earth Defenders.
I think they should just copy Impasta from Super Saiyans. They're like similar yet so different, and I think maybe they should just try it, just attempting to copy Pasta Super Saiyan's adult Gohan and seeing if that works.
Maybe. I mean, he's still got the Madan. I mean, the only difference is he has a shittier B2.
They're just too melee happy. It's like, all right, well, who's great? Well, Nam is good on a melee build, and Kid Goku's good on a melee build, and early Goku's good on a melee build, and Tyler's good on a melee build. All four of them can't have melee builds.
Everybody is good on a melee build on that team for the most part.
Exactly. Yeah. So if they all can't do it, there's probably going to be some.
Which is basically exactly what Earth Defenders was last season.
Hey, you shush.
But I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You got the frickin' North guy.
I understand that.
I'm just saying I think Earth Defenders have this.
And what do you think?
I mean,
it's your team.
It's my team.
Of course you think Earth Defenders.
I mean, I was going to, even if I was still on Gohan's, I would have chosen Earth Defenders. But it's more or less a matter of, like you said, they don't have freaking... DB Warriors are a very strong team, but almost all of their best players play well on melee builds, and we haven't really seen them stretch from that. And then, like we've been doing this off season, we tested Goku on a melee build. We tested Tien on an offensive build. We tested. I don't even think. Did we ever use Chaozu? I don't think we used Chaozu once.
You used Chaozu.
He kicked major ass.
Yeah, he slapped the crap out of Majin Vegeta and Baby Vegeta.
What
remember?
week was that?
3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't really watch. I didn't watch 3 that much because I was. I only edited that week, so I might have missed out on my match. Or I don't remember. Whatever. Anyways, despite my stupidity, and then we have Yamcha, we have Krillin, and we have 19 now. So we don't have to have Tien on a defense build. We can have 19 and Tien in the same week, and have Tien on an offense build and 19 on a defense build. So we have options. We have more options than we had last season, which is saying something. So, and now that we know Goku can work on melee, now that we know there's a whole lot more options, and I just think we have more options to counter all of the Dragon Ball Warriors team ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with us.
All right, so that's the week. That's the YCast. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week when the week starts. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. We will try to get to them as soon as possible and to the best of our ability.
Yeah, leave comments. I like getting notifications about comments.
I mean, heck, I'll have a good solid debate with anyone at any time. But until next time, Dimension Satire signing off.
Bye-bye.
And bye-bye.
Bye.